What's going on, everybody? John again with Grace, Liberty, and the finished work of Jesus Christ. And we are on the road again for another drive-by devotional. There you see the Mirage. It's not going to be there for too much longer. It's closed and it's going to get knocked down. All right. James 5:16. The effective, fervent prayers of a righteous man availeth much. God is not a genie. All right? God is not a genie, and he's not waiting to pour out like the riches of heaven upon you if you just ask right. You know, you see these preachers, and that's what they say. You know, the job, the car, the relationship you want, the financial problems are gonna go. Hallelujah. You just gotta pray it like you mean it. Have faith. It's not how that stuff works. Okay? I'm not saying God wants you to be poor. I'm not even saying God doesn't want you to have good stuff. But it's not the norm. And it is, not something you have any really control over in the spiritual sense. I mean, if you are lazy and don't work, then, that's different, of course. However, there are times when we're praying where we need to come from a place of authority. In Donald Trump's The Art of the Deal, he talks about always negotiating from a place of power. Okay, in other words, know that you got it, and that they need you. So I'm not talking about in relationship to God necessarily, but the devil doesn't want us trusting and believing in God. And we need to remember that as believers in Jesus Christ, we are the representation of God here on earth. And to some degree, we do have authority. The problem is the devil, tries to convince us otherwise. So there are times when we're praying and asking stuff where we just need to say, no, God, you've said this. This is the promise you've made in the Bible. And I'm holding you to it. It's like the woman who had an issue of blood, right, for 12 years or 20 years or whatever it was. Jesus is like, I came for the children of Israel. And she said, yeah, but even the dogs at the table get scraps. Hook me up. And it's like Jacob wrestling with God and becoming named Israel. There are times when God, he ain't gonna get mad because he knows. He wants to see. All right, do you trust me? Do you believe in me? Let's see. Because the other thing is, Satan and his boys are listening and watching too. And they get scared when you actually believe. And think about Job. Job was told by all sorts of people that it was all his fault, and that he screwed up, and that God was judging him, and that's it. And he was like, no way, And then of course the question comes up, well, is God then unjust? Is he punishing you for nothing? And Job's like, no, I don't know what it is. But that's not it. It's faith, Pray and approach your life from the standpoint of victory. Positional truth, sometimes people call it. Because positionally, you are perfect. Positionally, you are a child of God. It's already done. You're already wiped clean. And you're already an ambassador, and you're already a child of God. And really, because God lives outside of time, you're already in heaven. We just can't perceive it yet. And so when we live our lives, we need to live our lives with that perspective. That the trial is already over. I just don't see it yet. That the devil has already been defeated. And, I just can't see it yet. That God has already answered my prayers. And God is God, doesn't lie. And so he will answer my prayers and hear my heart. So, all of that being said, remember, approach your life from a position of power. Not arrogance, not trying to get stuff like God's some kind of genie, but power, faith, hope, trust in what God has done for you, who he has made you to be. God bless, my friends, and thanks for driving along.